Jenny, when we talk about worship her, what comes up for you?
What comes up for me is that I sometimes encourage other people to honor themselves. And I just started going really deeply into what does that mean, honor myself. Like that sense of respect. And I've also been there um looking back on decisions that I made in the past being really disrespectful towards me, as if I was not a person, you know? Like really disconnected and yeah, really hard on myself. And I remember an exercise that I did through my PTSD treatment that meant that I actually went back and something happened when I went back and I knocked on that door, the age wherever I was at that time. And I saw myself open and I looked into my own eyes. It was just something about, the eyes of that, 12-year-old, 21-year-old. Like that's a person doing her best. It's that respect of acknowledging the context and my longings and my wills and my efforts and seeing all of that, and it was something so soulful about just going back and yeah, just the eyes of a person. So I thought that was such a great exercise that I continue sharing with my clients, as well as I'm noticing that they're being really, really hard on themselves for something that happened in the past. And something also that came up for me, Steena, is when you told me, like you asked me, when I shared that, if a guy would offer me a dinner, like I'm very quick to feel like I owe people. I am very quick to feel like I'm in debt. And you asked me to put a price at an hour of my time. You remember? That was such a great question. And it just struck me. There's like, I cannot put a price on that. It's priceless. It's like, it's invaluable. Like, there's the value is beyond. And I just really carried that with me. So thank you for that. And thank you for this very intriguing book and for this conversation.
Oh, blown away, Jenny. That was so good. I found myself thinking, that inner child, our inner child needs the love that we have always craved, right? And I'm hearing through each of our reflections today how when we honor that inner child, that really leads to that psychological safety, that ability for us to feel safe when we go outside. And I know I have had in the past that feeling that I wasn't safe. And I know now that it was because I wasn't honoring that little girl within me. In fact, I was pushing her out of the way. I didn't want to see her. I didn't want to go back. And yet it's going back and honoring her and worshiping her, like you were saying, Jenny, from whatever young age that is, that we were blocked from that love. And as we do that deep exploration into ourselves and we start to honor, that's when we find that courage deep within us to start speaking our truth. And, Jenny, you talk about the eyes, and I found myself writing, yes, because the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? And so when we can lock eyes with that younger child and really give them the love that that we have been craving, that's when things start to shift. We start to own that inner power we have. And like Steena has said, we start to worship her.